Hi, my name's Jenn Mason. I'm a graduate of the Fashion Communications program at the Creative School, and I graduated in 2006. One of the things that I think is my favorite thing about my education at the Creative School was really just this mix of theory and practical experience. And I think that's been really valuable for me in my career, is knowing, I think it's really important to have like an understanding of the theory and the basis behind the industry that you're working in, but being able to execute that in real time is what really makes the difference in being able to succeed. So for me, there was two programs or two classes that really stood out. One was, there was an event planning class in second year where we produced the third-year fashion show, and then next was Mass Exodus. So for both of those were really like life-changing for me. I've always loved producing shows, and I've loved producing fashion shows since I was in high school. So that was great to just do on like a real world level and a bigger scale. Working in Mass Exodus, taking the leap of like applying for a big job like that, learning to manage. At that time it was like 35 of your peers, which was huge to manage people that and remember everybody's name. I feel like that's something in my professional life that is really important, is to meet people and learn their name, and that, like, I learned that on Mass Exodus, but really getting recommended by my professor who saw something in me for a great job really just set me on such a great path. And just the confidence too that gave me was really important. My professor at the time, Peter Dean, actually recommended me for a job at MAC Cosmetics in their special events department, which I got thanks to his recommendation. And then I went on to work in the international special events department there for 8 years, and I was managing the department and managing like events worldwide when I left. So yeah, it's really been kind of the foundation for me. And then after that, I transitioned into film, which is what I'm in now. CBX, or A Canadian Ballroom Extravaganza, is a new series that I produced, which aired on CBC Arts on March 17th, with the finale of the series going live May 6th on CBC Gem. CBX is the kind of brainchild of mainly our director, Gabrielle Zilka. So she used to work at a mentorship training program called POV, where they worked to help racialized people have space within the film industry. So her and I have been producing and working on projects for many years, and we connected with a performer, Twisted Miyake Mugler, from the ballroom scene probably about 5 years ago now, and have been kind of following him in the ballroom scene since then. They had the idea to do something digital when COVID hit, like to find a way to make ballroom digital, and did sort of a really small version of this with students. The next year, she really decided that it would be really great if we could do this on a bigger scale and find a broadcast partner. So we partnered to develop the concept into what is now CBX, and sold it to the CBC Arts. So that's kind of really where the inspiration started. I think our goal really has been to find a platform to showcase the ballroom talent in Canada. We've both like really fallen in love with the ballroom scene, and even though I don't walk balls or compete in ballroom, I have such an appreciation for it. So on the one side, it was really about spotlighting ballroom people, on the other side, it was about giving opportunity to queer and trans filmmakers and artists. So when I started in film, it was a very white, male, cisgendered world, especially in crew. I would say in many places it still is like that, but it's definitely been a goal of mine to work to change that, and it definitely is changing every day. Just more opportunities for women, more opportunities for people of color, more opportunities for queer filmmakers and queer artists to have space, and that's definitely like a mandate that I'm seeing across the board in many, many projects. So it's something that I want to continue working on, and we definitely tried to do with CBX. Ballroom is having been created by Latinx and Black trans women, and being a space for queer people of color, it just has so much importance, and being able to showcase those artists, but also being able to talk about what ballroom is and make sure that people who haven't heard about it know, and can know to look out for community members and look out for community leaders, and possibly join those communities, like it's been life-saving for many people that are involved in it. And it's a lot of fun, but it's just so valuable and important as well. So that is really meaningful to me, to be able to give that a space and a platform through this series. And then the other just magical thing about CBX is being able to just give space to so many queer and trans filmmakers. As a queer filmmaker myself, I still come across sort of this barriers within the industry and this idea that we've already seen this story. And I think that's so frustrating, and there's so many voices out there and so many variations on stories to be told that I was really passionate about giving new opportunities to people, which is why we focused on emerging filmmakers for this project. I think representation really matters because the media that we watch shapes our lives, it shapes what our perception of the world is, and so there needs to be varied media out there and varied type of people out there in what we're watching in order for just people to grow and accept and change and feel secure in their own lives.